Hello, everyone, dear viewers of the channel. I am Halyna, the Guardian of Secrets, a researcher of mystical phenomena, and here with me is Vadym, a historian interested in folk culture.
And as always, I'm ready to provide a healthy dose of skepticism to Halyna's enchanting tales. Today, Halyna, you've hinted at a particularly heavy topic: cursed families. This brings to mind the kind of deep-rooted, almost genetic misfortune that weaves through generations.
Precisely, Vadym. In Ukrainian folklore, the idea of a family curse isn't just a fleeting misfortune, it's a shadow stretching across generations, often stemming from a grave sin committed by an ancestor. It's a chilling reminder that our actions don't just affect us, but our children and their children, echoing through time.
And what kind of grave sins are we talking about here? Is it always a pact with dark forces, or something more mundane that takes on a supernatural explanation over time? I imagine there's a wide spectrum.
Indeed. Often, it begins with acts of profound injustice, betraying kin, desecrating sacred sites, breaking solemn vows, or even committing murder that goes unpunished by human law. The earth itself, or the spirits wronged, are said to lay the curse. Take, for example, the legend of the Lyashenko family from Policia. Generations suffered inexplicable illnesses and sudden, tragic deaths after their patriarch was said to have stolen land from a desperate widow, leaving her and her children to starve.
A compelling narrative, Halyna. From a historian's perspective, such stories serve as powerful social control mechanisms. The fear of a generational curse would discourage theft, betrayal, and violence. It's a way to reinforce moral codes and social cohesion. But could these inexplicable illnesses and tragic deaths not be a combination of actual genetic predispositions, diseases that weren't understood then, coupled with the harsh realities of rural life, like poor sanitation or accidental fatalities?
While your rational perspective is valid, Vadym, what about the pattern? The way the misfortune manifests in strikingly similar ways across generations, often tied to a specific type of death or a recurring ailment that seems to defy logic. How do you explain the legend of the Żurawli family, whose firstborn sons, for 7 generations, died tragically on their 25th birthday, exactly 1 year after their ancestor, a wealthy merchant, refused to pay a debt to a local sorcerer who cursed his lineage to never see a full harvest of their own?
That's certainly a very specific and haunting detail, Halyna. While the 25th birthday part is unnerving, one could still look for historical and socioeconomic threads. Perhaps the Żurawli family, being merchants, put their sons in positions of high risk at that age. Or maybe there was a hereditary condition, a specific cardiac issue, for instance, that tended to manifest in early adulthood. The sorcerer's curse could be the overlay, the narrative framework that people used to explain what was otherwise a devastating, inexplicable pattern of loss.
But the power of the belief itself cannot be discounted. Imagine growing up in a family burdened by such a story. The psychological toll, the constant fear, the self-fulfilling prophecy it could create. The young Żurawli men, reaching 24, would live with an unbearable dread. This shared anxiety, this collective trauma, could manifest in ways that are very real, even if not supernaturally inflicted.
I completely agree that the psychological impact is profound. The narrative of a family curse provides a framework for understanding misfortune, but it can also trap individuals in a cycle of despair. However, it also offers a pathway to agency. The belief that a curse can be lifted through atonement or ritual empowers people to actively seek change. Historically, these rituals, be it a pilgrimage, a specific prayer, or an act of charity, served as community-sanctioned ways to reset a family's standing.
And many still believe in their efficacy. I've heard stories of families undertaking complex, generational rituals to cleanse their lineage, finally finding peace or a turn in their fortunes. It speaks to the deep-seated human need for justice, for balance, and for the belief that even the darkest shadows can be dispelled.
From a cultural anthropologist's perspective, these narratives are invaluable. They teach us about the values of the community, what was considered unforgivable, and how society coped with inexplicable suffering and injustice before modern medicine or legal systems could offer different explanations.
Exactly. And in a modern context, while we might seek psychological or medical explanations, the emotional weight of these ancestral stories persist. They remind us that our roots run deep and that neglecting our past, or the lessons embedded within these tales, can lead to a different kind of poverty, a spiritual one. Losing this knowledge, I believe, means we lose a part of our soul.
And understanding it, without necessarily believing in its literal truth, allows us to connect with that soul, Halyna. It's a way of understanding where we come from. So, for our viewers today, we've explored the potent mix of folklore, psychology, and social history embedded in the concept of family curses. We encourage you all to delve into your family histories. Share in the comments below if you know of any similar tales or beliefs in your lineage or community. We'd love to hear your insights.
Yes, your stories bring these legends to life for us all. And if you found this discussion as intriguing as we have, please consider supporting our work by liking this video, sharing it with friends who appreciate the mystical side of our world, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more explorations into Ukrainian mystical stories.
Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey between belief and reason.
Until next time, may your family lines be blessed and your secrets be safe.